Moving on, we move on to Impact Rebellion. I'm here to talk about why this will be a pay-per-view of the year candidate, why it could be a pay-per-view of the year candidate. And here it is. We got, I'm looking at it here, I think it's 5 matches announced. And I'm looking at the card and I'm like, this is gonna be a pay-per-view of the year. And I'm looking at it, we got Johnny Impact versus Brian Cage, Taya Valkyrie versus Jordan Grace, the Lucha Brothers versus LAX in a Full Metal Mayhem match, Rich Swann versus Sami Callihan, Tessa Blanchard versus Gail Kim. Each one of those matches are match of the night candidates. And it very much reminds me of Slammiversary. When I looked at that card, Slammiversary 2018 was, in my opinion, the pay-per-view of the year. Not just for Impact Wrestling, but overall, in my opinion. I looked at that card and I'm like, that could be a match of the year candidate. I mean, a match of the night candidate. That could be a match of the night candidate. And this is what we have slated here. And we have a match of the year candidate. I did this with Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano, and it turned out to be true. Before it even happened, I'm like, okay, that's going to be a match of the year candidate. And I look at the Lucha Brothers versus LAX, and I'm like, okay, that's going to be a match of the year candidate. Full Metal Mayhem with those guys, if you give it 15 to 20 minutes, it is going to tear down the house. It could very well main event. That's just my opinion. If you know there were no world titles at stake, that could main event the card. So we're gonna have a pay-per-view of the year candidate on our hands. I like Rich Swann versus Sami Callihan. All of these matches have some sort of intrigue to it. I think this is Jordan Grace's moment. She's gonna win the championship. And I look at the Brian Cage versus Johnny Impact match. They have phenomenal chemistry. They had a match of the year candidate at the other pay-per-view. I cannot remember the name of, the name escapes me right now, but I think it was Impact Homecoming, but they had all the extra stuff happen in the match, so that really derailed the match. That could have been a match of the year candidate. I think this one will be a match of the year candidate as well, as they have phenomenal chemistry. This is definitely something worth checking out. It's coming up at the end of the month, April 28th. And I will be checking it out because I'm very excited. I like what Impact is doing. They don't get a whole lot of buzz. They don't get the rightful buzz that they deserve because they're putting on some excellent shows. And speaking of reminding me of Slammiversary, they are in Windsor at the moment, building toward Slammiversary. And the Windsor crowd is just phenomenal for Impact Wrestling. It has been the best of crowds for Impact. And this is how it was building into Slammiversary. The Slammiversary was in the Rebel Complex. And as we stand here, Impact Rebellion will be in the Rebel Complex in Toronto as well. It is a fantastic setup. The crowd was fantastic at Slammiversary last year. The crowd will be fantastic for Rebellion. It is going to be a phenomenal pay-per-view that I'm very much looking forward to. And you should be looking forward to it as well moving forward. And it is, look, I am very excited. I cannot wait because, like I said, match of the year candidates up and down the card.